viewpoints and beliefs presented on this program do not necessarily reflect those of the management, the affiliates and broadcast partners, or the sponsors. Listener discretion is advised.
Scarefest Radio, the radio you can see.
And hello and welcome everybody to Scarefest Television. The original broadcast date, March 21st, 2025. And yes, we have 3 celebrity announcements. Well, 4, you'll understand at the bottom of the hour. 4-ish. Okay, I mean, it's a celebrity. Anyway, tonight, I am joined by my co-host, Joanna Hochstetter, if that is the name you want to be known by now.
Yes, it is correct.
Okay. Curb your enthusiasm. And our guests tonight are Chad and Chelsea Sheppard. Chad and Chelsea, welcome to the show.
What's going on, man? How you doing?
Same old. Okay. First of all, before I start the show, I have a gripe. I'm sure many of my viewers have a TikTok account and subscribe to people, follow people, and they get the little emails daily saying what some of the accounts you follow, what they're up to, if they post a new video. Go look at it when you have a chance. Mine today, I didn't go back through some of the old ones out of the deleted item folder, but instead of you are following, it says you're following. Y-O-U-R. And now I have no respect for TikTok once at all. Because if they're going to do crap like that, it can't happen. Anyway, Joe Lewis will be reviewing Heretic tonight. I actually Googled how to pronounce that correctly because I had no idea if I was saying it right. But yeah, Heretic. It's a little bowl they serve stuff in, Joanna, at the restaurant.
Oh, damn. The ramekin.
Yeah, ramekin. That was the word. Yes. Okay, on to our guest. Everybody, if you weren't aware, next week is Vette CityCon in Bowling Green, Kentucky. A nice little, I still call it a pop culture con, Chad, but it's really more, you lean more horror every year.
Yeah, we do.
We lean more horror, period.
Well, that's true. I understand. I mean, you've got the whole murder items and all that stuff.
Well, it's Bowling Green, so you have to have some kind of horror, we feel like. I mean, it's literally the home of Michael Myers, the birthplace of Michael Myers. So why not lean to the horror part?
And Joanna lives there, so it's a scary, scary place. How many years have you been doing Vette CityCon?
Well, this is our ninth event. COVID obviously kind of shut us down from doing one, so this will be our 9th Vette CityCon, which is crazy because it really doesn't feel that long, but it's really cool because our daughter was
a baby.
A little tiny baby, and we've got pictures throughout the years and seeing the progression of her growth. Has been pretty cool.
Much because of R2D2 is how most parents have the thing on the door jamb where they put the marks, and we just put her next to an R2D2 that comes out to the con every year and see her grow by there.
There you go. Okay, everybody. So okay, if you're a horror movie fan, you will like this little con. Okay, now you did reduce it to 1 day this year, which I can't say I blame you because Sunday afternoons after that little peak at lunchtime, it got a little
it's just
quiet.
The area of Bowling Green, man, we've tried doing 2 days a couple times, and who knows, we might try it next year, but this year
well, we did 1 day last year, and that seemed to work because we enjoy doing the like smaller events. So this year we have an event on Friday that's going to be separate from the convention. Just a cool little hangout. I don't know if we've announced anything. I don't know.
Yeah.
Have we? Okay.
Yeah. We're doing. So
I didn't know about it.
So Friday night we're doing a screening of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and we'll have Deep Roy doing a Q&A after at the Capitol Theater. That's absolutely free to attend. So you'll be able to come and ask him any questions. I mean, he played every single Oompa Loompa in that movie. Such a big personality, and yeah, we're really looking forward to that. And that's Friday night.
So we like the Friday night event, Saturday big convention, and then Sunday we get to sleep.
Yeah.
So
I don't blame you, but it's nothing to do with your con. There are very few conventions that pull off Sunday.
Mm.
I've been to a lot of conventions around. I've seen more cons that would be better off doing a Friday, Saturday event. Because Friday, you're never going to, most cons are not going to get busy, but it does seem like it's, people stop off after work. They say, oh yeah, I'll pop in there. But Sunday, apparently, once they go to church, they're done for the day. That's my theory anyway. But, so we got one day, everybody, next Saturday, the 28th, if I counted correctly.
29th.
29th. That's right, because today is 21st. Those 8 days, not. I'm sorry, I was building fence all day. What can I tell you? I even have a little, apparently I poked my face with a piece of wire, or the dog scratched me at 2 a.m. I have no idea. So now, you've gone, I want to say above and beyond for a small convention with your headliners this year. And I'm saying headliners because originally it was Tyler Main.
Mm-hmm.
But you've actually got a couple other pretty good guests coming in. Tell us about your lineup.
So this year, like we've done several events with Tyler. He's always been super great with us. People enjoy having him there. So we were very excited to have him back. Deep Roy, I mean, he was at our very first one. He's been at other ones we've done in Georgia. I think we've had him 3 or 4 times. He's like a Bowling Green favorite. People still get really excited for Deep Roy. Most notable was probably, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, but he was also like in the Yoda suit in the original Star Wars for some of those scenes. He's been in just about every Tim Burton movie. My favorite role he did was in Eastbound and Down with Danny McBride. We've got Corey English. We're really excited to have her.
She's her thing was Holliston. I'm a huge Adam Green fan and everything he does. And so she's very close to us, and we reached out to see if she'd had any interest. I believe it's her first convention appearance solo in a while.
Maybe in a while.
So, and then let's see. Oh, the one I'm really excited about.
So we've got Chris Combs from 1,000 Pound Sisters, which is a show we tune in every time it's on. We're really excited to have him. This is his first convention appearance. And actually, we've had a really big response from people. I think the initial post we shared got close to like 1,000 likes and a ton of shares. So that was really exciting. Travis DeRooney he directed one of the worst rated horror movies on Rotten.com's Cabin Fever. But if you look at it from a cinematic point of view, it's a really great film. He directed a film with Robert Englund called The Midnight Man, which is a really great movie. He also worked on, the Holliston series, Hatchet. A friend of ours, he'll be there. What's some other guests? Candace Rose from Stranger Things, Halloween Ends, She-Hulk Attorney at Law. We've got probably, I don't know, a dozen guests, and just really excited.
Before I toss to Joanne, I'm going to tell you my Tyler Main story. And it's a terrible, terrible story. I've been aware of the man since he played Wolverine's brother in X-Men. And I mean, I'm not going to say he's one of my favorite stars, but I like the guy. And he's recognizable. And he came to Scarefest last year. I walked in on the black carpet, and I went to announcing, and I blanked. I forgot the man's name to his face.
sir.
So yeah, so that's part of the reason, everyone. I'm giving up the black carpet and handing it over to Joe Lewis.
Yeah.
Joanna.
Yeah, I guess yeah, Joe is my buddy. So what is up? We got Bowling Green in the house.
We're here.
So are you guys originally from the area?
No, my mom has been here for a long time. And when we decided to leave Georgia for greener pastures and entertainment, we ended up living with her for a little bit so we could drive to Nashville after pretty much sold everything we had and took a chance on entertainment. And we left for a little bit and then we came back. It's home, definitely.
Hell yeah, that's awesome. I love that. So I want to know more about you guys. So did horror bring you together, or was that just something that, what you both were passionate about after maybe getting together?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I had a phone call try to come. My dad tried to come.
I was going to say, don't do that in the middle of the show.
Yeah, we're disappearing act. But no, we both met through music. We were both. I had like a music venue. She was a traveling DJ. A show had got canceled. It got moved to the venue I had at the time, and we met there. I saw her, and I was like, "Yeah, I got to get to know her." That's kind of where it started. And shortly after that, we spent 60 days touring in a van together, sleeping on a blow-up mattress, and playing shows all over the country. Yeah, and then from there, that's kind of we would go when we would have downtime. We'd go and visit these horror movie film locations or true crime spots, and
yeah, the music brought us together, and the mutual weirdness kept us together, I guess. So
yeah.
Yes, that's how it works. It's freaking amazing. And then, yeah, earlier I was noticing the sign behind you. So can you tell me a little bit more about it?
Yes, our friend Michael Etherton, known to some as Dead Dick Hammer, he created that for us as a wedding present for us because we got married on Friday the 13th in October 2017 at Camp Daniel Morgan, which was the setting for Jason Lives Part 6. And just had we went full send Friday the 13th. So we had 2 of those signs hanging up. And then he took one of them to a convention, I guess, and it just took off. He got a bunch of orders. So now he gets to do the creative stuff full time as well. And
super talented dude. Yeah. Plot 13 Studios.
Yes.
He makes a ton of cool horror memorabilia. Michael Etherton, yeah, definitely.
Also, Bowling Green-ish. He's on the outskirts of Bowling Green. So, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I'll have to look him up and check out his work because that's freaking awesome. I love that idea. And oh man. So do you guys go to like different cons together and do cosplay, stuff like that too?
Not the cosplay.
We enjoy watching it.
Yeah.
We attend as many. We try to at least probably half a dozen a year.
As much as we can. That's really our happy place, and that's how Vette CityCon was born. Is we just kept going to them, and we're like, man, it would be so cool to do one here, and to kind of selfishly, like people that we liked and we wanted to meet and see, and we met some people through doing music and touring and entertainment, and we were like, well, let's put some of these connections to use, and we just kept doing it because it was so much fun. It really is kind of just something that we wanted to do because we loved conventions so much. We loved going to them. So.
Oh man, y'all are really living the life. I freaking love this. I'm so excited. So Wes, is it about time for a commercial?
We can do that. Everybody, we'll be right back after this brief commercial message.
Are you a fan of horror movies, books, comics, music, and collectibles? Rue Morgue magazine is for you. Subscribe today to receive 6 or 12 print issues annually and join me, executive editor Andrea Subasati, on an ongoing journey through the horror genre of the past, present, and future. Plus, get access to unmissable special editions such as A Century of Witches, 50 Years of Gore Cinema, British horror movies, and so much more. Rue Morgue, the world's premier horror and culture and entertainment magazine since 1997. Accept no substitute.
And welcome back, everybody, to Scarefest Television. Our guests tonight are Chad and Chelsea Sheppard of Vette CityCon in Bowling Green, Kentucky. And it's next weekend, so, like, get your tickets now. Okay, first of all, when Joanna asked about how y'all met, I was just sure Chelsea was going to say she's into head tattoos.
He didn't have the head tattoos. He wore a hat all the time. I didn't see the man without a hat for the first 2 years of our relationship. And then all of a sudden, one day he was like, you know what? I'm going to get a head tattoo. And I mean, I don't even notice it now, but.
I couldn't grow hair. It was more of a self-conscious thing. And my hair had stopped growing, so I'd wear hats. So I figured I'd just get it tattooed and haven't really wore hats since.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I was with you until the self-conscious thing.
Yeah.
Because I can't, don't take this wrong. I can't think of anything that draws more attention to a person not having hair than saying, hey, I've got a head tattoo. I'm just going to put that out there.
No, true that. But I feel like I've definitely got more compliments on my tattoos
I'm sure you
than
do.
I on
Yeah.
my balding. You know, I never had anybody who said, man, I really like the way that widow's peak is just really nice. You know, but I do get a lot of compliments on the tattoos.
You know, that might be an option for my thinning hair.
Yeah, I'd love to hook you up, dude. Come down.
Jamie said you need to get one.
I
mean, I'm a tattoo, but we can figure it out.
I go to a tattoo artist and say, tattoo hair on my head.
People do that.
Okay. Now, before I go forward, I have to love the con, love the convention center. The Vette City Museum is a great little convention center. But two things about Bowling Green. First of all, whoever designed your road system down there needs to have an intervention. Needs to get off drugs now.
Whoever keeps people into Bowling Green needs to get off the drugs because the infrastructure does not match the population here.
True that. And
yes, a lot of them are wonky, but even the straight roads take 45 minutes to get down. So,
okay. Now, when this, of course, I'll put it this way, just driving to hotels, I've seen a lot of your town because it'll take you like around the block 3 times to, all the roads are circular. I didn't even know you all had straight roads until you just told me. But last time I was there, not at Vette CityCon, I was at another little thing that was going on down there. I'm staying this time at a hotel 1/3 of a mile away, 0.31 miles away. Okay,
you're about 25. You're about 25 minutes from the convention.
No, actually, it's really good, but the rest of the story falls into that. I knew where it was, but when I was going out, basically, everybody, to make this long story short, you cross the main road from leaving Vette CityCon, and there's the hotel. Okay? I got to the intersection, and Google said, turn right. And I said, oh, what the hell? Let's see what we're doing. It took me 5 miles down the interstate, had me do a U-turn, turn around, come back the other side of the interstate to get to the hotel. That was literally, I was within 50 foot of it before it told me to turn.
It sounds like your complaint might be with Google.
Well, it is, but I'm just saying, Bowling Green roads are cursed. Kind of like you said, if you can get there in 5 minutes, Google says no way.
Yeah.
So that's my story. But I've had a lot of fun at your con. Vendor wise, you always bring in a good mix of vendors, and I'm really upset. Joanna last year bought this absolutely fucking great candle. Oh, there it is. She's show it after we switch over to you. And I don't know. I blanked out and didn't buy a candle, and I wish the hell I had. Joanna, show him the candle. Over to Joanna.
Oh, that's cool.
I love it.
That's super cool. Yeah.
Is it? And check out the wick is his dink.
Yeah.
It's his boner.
Yeah.
I haven't had the heart to light it.
I bet.
You got a big old wick.
It's good for him.
Well, this show just deteriorated beyond normal, but okay.
That's typical.
Love our vendors. We have most of them are repeats, and honestly, I mean, I'll just be frank, like we're not in it for the money whatsoever, but we do always hope that we make a little bit so that we can spend money with the vendors.
Yeah.
So that we don't go in and it be a loss, because we just are excited we're gonna shop for sure. I mean, there's build your own lightsaber stations. One of my favorites is I get a little dragon from a woman who does like little clay dragons every year, and we've had some really cool food vendors come through.
Bunch of cool horror toys.
Yes. Oh my gosh, the toys. We try to do a quick walkthrough at the beginning and be like, if you don't sell that, please.
Or put it to the
To
side.
the side.
Yeah. I'll come back for that.
We just love it.
You're on, Joanna.
Oh, I'm on. I didn't realize that happened. My bad. Yeah, I was
It
totally going
was
to
an
talk.
unusually sloppy toss.
Oh, okay. That's how I like it. It's Friday night. Let's do it. So, your con, it seems, it seems to be growing, and it's getting there. Who are some celebrities that it's like your probably just all-time dream to have attend Vette City Con?
John Carpenter.
Okay, you definitely.
And he has actually responded. Like I sent him every year, I would send the same message to him because it is said that he'll still come occasionally drop into Bowling Green. And one year he actually responded back and he was like, me and my wife love coming there. We love watching the Corvettes drive by. He's like, maybe one day. So every year I've steadily sent that saying, hey, the invite's there if you ever want to take up on it. So that would definitely be, one we'd love to have. What about you? Go ahead, name one or two.
Well, again, with the Adam Green, I'd love to have Adam Green and Danielle Harris and Kane Hodder.
That would be cool, yeah.
Honestly, I'm really glad that Adam Green didn't come to you guys after Scarefest and say, hey, this chick needs to be put into a facility or something. Because it took me 2 days. We were at Scarefest, and it took me 2 days to get up the gumption to even go over to spend money with the man and meet him, just because I love his work so much. So definitely probably weirded him out a little bit, but those would be my top 3 picks that I would love to have in Bowling Green.
Yes, very awesome. And yeah, definitely John Carpenter, because I try to explain to people and they don't get it. I'm like, okay, yes, I know the movie. It says Haddonfield, Illinois, but everything, it's like there's Smith's Grove. I'm like, no, that's Kentucky. That's us. That's us. There's so many other things. And people they're like, no. I'm like, no, he's from freaking Bowling Green, or where exactly is it Smith's Grove where he's from, or where is it exactly?
So his father was a professor at WKU, and the really cool thing is when we moved to Bowling Green, when we found our first little house, it was this teeny tiny little blue house right across from the WKU campus. And when you looked out the window, you had a straight view to this little log cabin that turns out was where he and his family lived while his dad was a professor at WKU. So that was a really cool part of I guess, being welcomed into Bowling Green 10 years ago. And a lot of the names just from him growing up here, like you said, Smith's Grove, Warren County, they're all nods to all these different places around Bowling Green. There's actually a really cool walking tour that you can download, walking and driving. You can go to the different places in the area where they have something to do with Halloween.
So cool. It's freaking awesome. So I guess I'm probably assuming, but I want to hear, so each of your franchise. Say again, sorry.
Our favorite franchise?
Yeah, your favorite horror franchises, each of you.
Ooh, that's
Hatchet for me.
Okay.
My favorite, but well, Trick or Treat's not really a franchise, but all of them pretty
Yes,
much.
it's hard to narrow it down to Friday the 13th and even Nightmare on Elm Street. Man, it would be really hard for me to narrow down. But yeah, those definitely top two for sure.
Hot take, my least favorite one is probably the Scream franchise. I'm not really a Scream. I don't dislike it.
Okay.
I have nothing against the Scream franchise. It's just very low on my favorite totem pole.
I'll have to protect you against my co-host Barb. That is her franchise. She loves it so much. I'll protect you from her. No, kidding.
I love the Scream people because they always come in extremely hot with like all the merch and their outfits, and the fandom is incredible. I absolutely love watching it. I do have a pair of Scream shorts, so I do. So I own a Scream item, so don't come for me totally.
Okay. Yes, I was like, that might work, but no, Barb is she's one of the nicest people I've ever met. Totally kidding. So, let's see. Yeah, mine is actually, I always talk about it as Nightmare on Elm Street because Freddy was the star of my nightmares that just petrified me as a kid. So now it's like, this special thing for me where I'm like, it's Freddy. He's my man.
So is phenomenal. I mean, Robert Englund, what he did with the Freddy character is unparalleled in horror. I mean, you don't find a better, more well-rounded horror character. And I do have Freddy holds a special place in my heart. My grandmother was very mischievous, so one of my favorite stories is when the franchise came out, she got a full-size Freddy cutout. My aunt was absolutely terrified of Freddy. She saw it in the theaters and ran home or ran inside, flipped out all the lights and all that. And my grandmother bought a cutout to terrorize her with for the next 5 years. So
I freaking love that.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah, my big brother got a claw and he'd get under my bed before I'd go to sleep at night. And yeah, my throat would be sore from screaming. It was terrible, but I love it. I love it now.
Great. Oh my God.
Memories. All right. Okay, Wes, is it about that time again?
We can make it happen. And just in the nick of time, I might add, Brandon just sent me another celebrity announcement while you were speaking, as near as I could tell. So I literally just had to reprogram the announcements while you were interviewing. That's how talented I am. Okay, let's get with it here. Our first announcement of the evening, Bruce Abbott. Bruce Abbott, known for Reanimator and Bride of Reanimator, amongst a whole bunch of other horror movies. Actually, if you look at his IMDb, he's got some solid chops there. But anyway, for our Reanimator little collection we're getting, Bruce Abbott. Next up, hey, Kim Myers. Kim Myers, A Nightmare on Elm Street 2. That was Freddy's Revenge, I believe. Freddy's Revenge, if I remember correctly. And Hellraiser Bloodline. And a lot of other good stuff. Oh, and you know what I meant to do, though? I was going to announce Abbott for Eagles in the Chicken Coop because I thought that was such a cool movie title. Anyway, then we got Kim Myers. Now, next up, Ashley Bank. Ashley Bank. Ashley's known for Monster Squad, so we're adding more to the Monster Squad reunion. And yes, somebody in the chat room just said it. Mark Patton, A Nightmare on Elm Street 2, Freddy's Revenge. And I don't even want to know what that movie's about. Anyway, never sleep. You have to IMDb him. But Mark Patton is coming to our Nightmare reunion. We're going to be a little Nightmare heavy this year. It's beginning to look like. Now, here's one I teased. The real Annabelle doll. The real Annabelle doll will be at Scarefest 2025. We are bringing in the Warrens Occult Museum. And to show you how important this is to Adrian, she wrote me a script. The Warrens Occult Museum featuring the real Annabelle. Step into the world of the supernatural as the Warrens Occult Museum brings its legendary collection to Scarefest Weekend 17. This exclusive showcase will feature over a dozen exhibits from the infamous museum founded by Ed and Lorraine Warren. Slow down, Wesley. The world-renowned paranormal investigators whose chilling cases have inspired some of the most terrifying horror films of all time. Among the haunted relics on display is the real Annabelle doll, the sinister force behind the Annabelle films, and a key piece of the Conjuring universe. But Annabelle is just the beginning. These artifacts have fueled nightmares and cinema alike, influencing films such as The Conjuring and Amityville Horror, The Haunted, The Haunting in Connecticut, and more. Visitors will have a rare opportunity to see and photograph Annabelle up close if they dare. It's in the script. Alongside her, you'll find other notorious items from the Warrens collection, each with its own eerie history of hauntings, possessions, and unexplained phenomenon. Whether you are a die-hard horror fan, a believer in the paranormal, or simply fascinated by the real-life stories behind these legendary films, this is an experience you won't want to miss. And tickets for that will be on pre-sale, so watch that announcement on Facebook. You will be able to buy tickets to that up front. You can get an all-weekend ticket or like a single tour, and we've got lots of stuff planned with that. Now, moving on. Speaker and media applications are available online. Speaker applications are being taken. Media applications, that's the media for, like, if you have a podcast or you work for a magazine or something like that. Media applications, those are online. Go to scarefestweekend.com and click the link. Now, coming up April 1st, the Scarefest Ink tattoo artist applications will become available. And yes, this is a frequently asked question in my direct messages. Staff applications go online April 1st. April 1st, staff applications, volunteer applications do go online. Hey, little reminder, rewind time. Rewind time. Unique finds, vintage toys, collectibles, Funko Pops, sports memorabilia, stamps, Pokemon. What did they tell me MOTU stood for? So in the chat room, will remind me. Masters of the Universe. Now remember. Okay. Star Wars, Barbie diecast, VHS at the Clarion Hotel coming up Saturday, April 12th. April 12th, coming up Rewind Time Toy and Collectibles Show. I will be there doing really bad tarot card readings at the Scarefest booth. So you got that to look forward to, too. Mark that on your calendar. Saturday, April 12th, Rewind Time. And, of course, the star of the evening, Vette CityCon, vendor, celebrity guests, costume contest, family fun, all kinds of good stuff going on. Need more details, links to buy tickets? Offbeathorror.com, offbeathorror.com. And our little monthly reminder that the Central Kentucky Mystical Market is coming up in, April 19th. And this month, it's apparently it's Saturday only, all-inclusive egg decorating and fun hunt for all ages. I'm not going to Easter egg hunt. I got enough eggs. But anyway, 1165 Center Parkway, Lexington, Kentucky's premier psychic and artist market at their new location. But every third weekend through the year, they're having the Central KY Mystical Market. Look on Facebook or go to scarefestweekend.com and click the link there. I'm exhausted, Chad. Absolutely exhausted. Now, one thing, that you all brought to Scarefest this past year, do you all get to display all your weird shit when you do the con?
Not ours, only because it's us doing most of the work. Mm-hmm. And I just don't have a time to sit with the table. And in the past, we had friends do it, and they would disappear from the table. So at our own personal convention, we just focus on the convention.
Go ahead and tell everybody about your collection, though, because I guess will you be bringing it back to Scarefest?
Oh, absolutely. We'll have some new stuff too as well. Go ahead, talk about some.
Well, very in the vein with the Warren exhibit that you guys are bringing. I tinkled a little bit in excitement about that announcement. That's amazing. That's right up our alley. We do offbeat true crime and paranormal. That is another love passion project of ours. And it kind of started with, you know, do you think it would be weird if, you know, I wanted to collect stuff about serial killers? And he was like, no, I want to do that too. And so we just kind of started his first gift, or the first true crime thing we had. I gifted him a piece of the brick from the Jeffrey Dahmer apartment building for Christmas one year. And then we just kind of started collecting, and our friends would come in, and it would either be like, this is really cool, but you guys are pretty fucked up for, you know, liking stuff, or like, this is really cool, like we haven't seen anything like this before. And we collected so much stuff, we just opened a store and put a museum in it. And unfortunately, COVID kind of shut down the store. So we just have the collection and keep it, travel with it, sell parts of it, get new stuff. It's really cool.
But
we have a lot of stuff to answer your question. We'd definitely be, unless we sell it. If we sell it, we won't bring it. But we have Ed Gein letter, and I only know of one other one that exists in the U.S. They kept that on kind of a, they didn't allow a lot of stuff to get out to the public, you know, because they knew that people wanted those things. We have items from the Ed Gein property. I've actually got the videos of the guy unearthing them, showing you where he's at, which if you've ever seen the area, you know. He went as far as to get like schematics or like the old blueprints to find out, kind of locate where the structures were. And he went in there with a metal detector and retrieved a ton of stuff.
I mean, we've had and do have everything from stuff from John Wayne Gacy, Jeffrey Dahmer, Ted Bundy, Ed Gein, Eileen Wuornos, Richard Ramirez, some of the big ones. And
Fox Hollow Farm stuff.
Fox Hollow Farm stuff.
Haunted artifacts. We've had haunted artifacts.
Yes, we have. My first, when you guys showed the Annabelle doll, my first thing was like, oh, I won't be coming to Scarefest this year. Because we had something, we got a really, really cool collection. And in that collection was stuff from the Amityville Horror House. And you want to talk about paranormal? Nope. It didn't come with us. It didn't come in the car with us. We ended up, like, luckily the paranormal researcher that we're friends with, that we took to like check the stuff out, she wanted it, which is good because it would have stayed in her trash can if she didn't want it. It was definitely intense. So
yeah. We collect.
To answer a quick question in the chat room, on the Warren's Museum, I'm not sure who is coming with the museum. They have an entire team that comes with them, but I do not know all the components. I've met 3 people. They were all dudes. That's all I can tell you. Okay. Vendors. I kind of went that way, then I tossed that clumsy toss over to Joanna. Y'all have, you get some great vendors, and one that was there the first time I went, and I have not noticed them back, but I missed them. Y'all had this person that was selling like styrofoam headstones, and I thought that was so cool.
She was like with the radio at one point. I don't know if she moved off or what, but yeah, she made some really cool stuff.
And we did have Raven's Cross, I think, at the last one, and they were selling a lot of horror props. They're a haunted house local in the area, from Cave City, and they brought some similar stuff, headstones, props. They had, I think, an animatronic there. Really, really cool stuff that comes through.
Now, not to talk about who's not going to be there, because that was a dick move on my part. But now we're going for a small convention that really doesn't. I'm going to say I don't see your advertising push the cosplay. You'll get a lot of cosplay, a lot of costumes, and you do have the costume contest. What can people expect to see wandering about your floor usually?
Oh God, there's no telling.
We look forward to that every year.
We had a 7-foot Count Chocula one year. Of course, the Ghostbusters will be there. We always have some amazing Star Wars cosplay there. It's anything and everything in between. We had a Pyramid Head one year.
Yeah.
There's just, we don't know.
Yeah.
And come to find out, a lot of these people are the same people who come back, and they just come back with different costumes. But we do all kinds of categories, from kids to adults to everything homemade to I mean,
the Ghostbusters kill it on that. They take it. The local Ghostbuster guys here take it over and run that thing. They've been doing great for the last couple of years, which is just something off of our plate during the day. And yes, really, that's one of my favorite parts of it, seeing the costumes.
Best performance. I mean, it's, people take it so seriously, and it's the coolest thing ever.
The only thing I'm going to say on performance, and this is not your con in particular, every time I go to a convention and somebody dresses as Michael Myers, they think it is so cool to walk up in front of your booth and just fucking stand there.
Yeah.
And it's awkward. It's not scary. It's awkward. So now you know. Joanna.
So I am freaking out. Freddy's Revenge is my favorite of the franchise. And I always want to ask people, you know, what is your take on Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2?
I like Part 2. I'm a Dream Warriors gal myself. And a little biased to 4 and 5 because of Mick Strawn is a dear friend of ours, and he did a lot of the special effects for those movies. But I'm not gonna poo-poo Part 2 whatsoever. I like it.
2, yeah. Yeah, I'm excited. I'll watch any of those films multiple times. Like they still hold the test of time.
Absolutely. And the more you go back and watch, especially if you're a fan of the whole franchise, and you go back and you get the Easter eggs, and you get the, you know, so many different people worked on each one, but the story, you can go back and, I mean, you notice something different every time. I mean, I've been watching Nightmare on Elm Street for 30 years and notice something different every time I go back and watch them. So.
Yes, definitely. Okay, well, I appreciate that. I hate when people are just like, they didn't follow the formula, and they just totally poop on it, like you said. So that's awesome. I like that.
There's no formula with Freddy. You just have to let it be and let them do their thing. Like, he literally is a nightmare demon. Like, you just got to let him do his thing. Is there a formula, really? Come on.
Yes, I mean, exactly. I concur completely.
I feel like going to be a lot of negative, but you know what? It'll be all right.
Right. So back to a Bowling Green question. So I know you guys do some events with the Capitol. Is the Capitol haunted?
Oh,
yeah.
My God. Yes, absolutely. 100%. We did an amazing paranormal event. We had an expo there in January. And unfortunately, it was right in the middle of the snowstorm. So that a lot of our guests came in via Zoom, but it did leave us with some really good time to do a ghost hunt afterwards. And my God, it was wonderful. I could talk an hour about the Capitol's. Wow, it is so active. So very,
gosh.
And they don't do a whole lot there. So it's really kind of an untapped little haunt to go check out. It's not overrun with, you know, looky-loos and stuff, and the energy's not wonky yet, but.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I know this is totally unrelated, but I'm like, really want to get in there to do a little investigation. I have just, you know, a little local team. So I'm like, yeah, later on, if somebody could message me like a contact, I would be so excited if you guys could do that for me. Okay.
Absolutely. Anytime you want to come down, we can definitely do our best to make that happen. I don't know if
Yeah,
what
with
the
enough
schedule
planning, for
is.
sure.
But
Yeah, we could do that.
I mean, we literally live 2 blocks from the Capitol right now, so you let us know and we can walk down.
Yep.
Oh, that's so awesome. Super cool. All right. Wes, is it time for another break or another segment?
We can go with Bonehead Weekly now, reviewing Heretic.
Hey, Scarefest fans! I'm starting to look like somebody's grandfather with the graying and this pullover sweater. You want to come over and get one of these Werther originals in a Sleepy Hollow cup? Today, I am reviewing Heretic. As big of a D-bag as I'm sure Hugh Grant is in real life, he is so watchable. He's just a really good actor. He has charisma for days. He's a really good actor. This movie came out a little bit at the end of last year. It's streaming right now, I think. And Heretic is an interesting picture. It's written and directed by the two guys that wrote the original Quiet Place, and then the first directing movie they made was 65, with Adam Driver that I talked about on here. This is better than that. And this is one of those A24 horror films where it's not really scary. It's overly creepy. No, I'm sorry, it's on Max. And it just has really good acting, no matter what you figure out. And a lot of you are not going to like it because third act are not going to like the explanation because there's not a ton of explanations. There is a lot of philosophy in this movie, and it stars Sophie Thatcher, Chloe East. Topher Grace has a small role in it too. They used to call him a two-hander with two people. I guess three people. There's three-hander, and basically what it is these two ladies, they're missionaries for the Mormon church, and they knock on the door, and this guy finally answers the door. You know they shouldn't go in there, but they do. He has requested more information on the Mormon church and then starts talking to them about things that I don't know that he shouldn't know, but that, that he knows a lot. He knows a lot about religion, a lot of different religions. Do I like this movie? Yeah, I do, because they end up trapped in his home. That's not giving anything away. You can see from the outset, if you've ever watched the trailer, of what happened. They start to learn things about themselves. They start to learn things about him. I think this is a movie where there's a lot of layers. There's a lot to unpack. You're going to sit there and go, and then some of it's gross. And is he actually... It's hard to talk about without giving too much away. I wouldn't say there's a big twist. I just think a lot of you are going to be angry about a lot of things are just not explained. The house looks fantastic. The acting is amazing. The script is good. The movie looks great. I enjoyed it. Am I going to tell you to run out and see it? Absolutely not. There is no reason to break your leg. But it is one of the more interesting films I've seen in a while, and I really did like it a lot. I have a lot of questions about religion, faith, and if you're a curious person, and you're specifically curious about philosophy and religion, are there actual angels and demons and monsters and things? Is it in our head? Is it a construct that we create? Do we create our own religions? Are we just following kind of the same pattern that's been going on for thousands and thousands and thousands of years that have deviated into these different things? Well, if you go this way, you go that way, but it basically all comes back to an origin story. Or most cultures have what they used to call the big canoe, if you're into anthropology. Noah, the ark, the big canoe. If that interests you, if anything I just said goes, then you'll love Heretic. If you're looking for someone to get stabbed repeatedly, there is some stabbing, but this isn't the movie for you. If you're looking for the Evil Dead 2 or a lot of jokes, not so much. But Hugh Grant slays in this movie. No, he's really good. He's another one of those people who I think is so talented, whom I doubt that I could stand to be in the room with for 20 minutes. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he's charming as hell. I don't know. Heretic. And question your reality. This has been Joe Lewis, Bonehead Weekly. Sure you don't want a Werther's original out of my Sleepy Hollow cup? Old Man Lewis is offering.
Doesn't know what gray hair is. Everybody, we're back with Scarefest TV. We're talking to Chad and Chelsea Sheppard about Vette CityCon tonight. Closing ahead, have a few minutes left. And, and before I throw the banner up, Barb, I messed up your banner announcement because Brandon threw me the curveball at the last minute. I do have it loaded, though. We're going to get that in before the end of the show. Okay. Strict question about the con. Chad, Chelsea, if you want people to know what would you say the most important thing to know about your convention is? What is a takeaway you want to leave people with?
Well, it's family friendly. It's very affordable. You don't have to worry about parking. All that's covered. It's in a great spot. The historic Corvette Museum. That along is something you can do after you walk through our convention hall. Go check out the Corvette Museum. There's something for everyone, I feel, right?
We try really hard to be all inclusive. The only thing we weren't able to get this year was a wrestler. Normally we have a wrestler every year, but it doesn't matter if you like horror or reality TV or Star Wars or what have you. There's something for everybody, and it's really, really fun.
Now, of course, I'll be there. Joanna's going to be there. Brandon may or may not be there. It's a annual thing. He goes every year, but I haven't spoken to him in like 30 days. So actually 2 weeks. But I have no idea if he's going to make it, but his birthday is like the 30th. So I don't know so everybody don't count on, I don't know on Brandon, but the lovely Joanna will be there. Joanna, have you picked your outfit out yet?
Maybe. I'm deciding between a couple.
Last year, she was unusually conservative because it was so family friendly, and she was worried about that. And I said, don't worry about that kind of shit. Okay.
No, not at all.
Well, all right.
Well, I mean, okay. It is a family friendly con, like Scarefest is, but you got to remember when you go to a horror convention, the movies are PG at least. So I mean, if the kids are there, kind of, I'm not saying run around with your body paint hanging out, but I am saying that in other words, I'm rooting for you, Joanna.
All right, pasties check.
Okay, maybe I shouldn't have worded it that way. Now, we've covered the con pretty well. We talked about your collection. Offbeat Horror. Everybody, offbeathorror.com. It'll take you to their link tree. What all can people find when they go to your link tree, Chad?
Oh, what can't they find?
Yeah. Well, the first thing you'll see.
I didn't scroll. I didn't even scroll far enough. Okay, go ahead.
No, there's a lot. You'll be able to find all the info for Vette City. You'll be able to find out all the info for the Friday night movie premiere that's absolutely free. You'll be able to go watch our show on streaming. Keep up with anything that we do and pretty much everything that we do.
We do a lot.
What is, Chelsea? Okay. What is your favorite part of all of this?
Aside from getting to do it with my husband, we just decided that life is so short and we were just going to go full force into doing everything that we love. So everything that we do, all of the 100 links you see on our link tree, it's there because we poured our heart and soul into it. It's what we want to do with our life. It's what we love to do with our life. And we get to meet so many cool people and like-minded people. And it's just our life and how we choose to live it.
Sounds good. The, people, I'm serious. Go to offbeathorror.com. Look at their, I feel like I should ask what some of these are even. I mean, some of them I know what they are. Let's go to the bottom. Thrill of a gunfight.
All right, so that's just links of different. The bottom's going to be different bands I've been in over the years. That was a band I toured all over with. That was back in the day when if your CD came out from Best Buy, that meant something. So we had our CDs in like Hot Topic and FYE. Now you can distribute everything digitally worldwide, but so the bottom of that's going to be more just all of our creative links.
The cool thing, he's underplaying Thrill of a Gunfight a little bit. Were you signed to Victory at that point, or
it was a subsidiary?
Victory. So a really cool thing that I didn't discover until about 7 years into our relationship is that there was a point in time where I went into a Hot Topic and I bought a CD, and it was Thrill of a Gunfight. And I didn't realize at that point in time, because they had several vocalists, but that album that I had bought, I ended up marrying the vocalist from that album. So that was really fun.
Oh, that's a lovely, lovely
I play
story.
guitar. I don't know what she's talking about now.
So okay, so the bottom. Okay, people, I just like the names now. 213. What does 213 mean?
Well, 213 was another band I was in. We were like a band. All of our songs were.
No, I don't care about the band. I want to know what the name means.
It was Jeffrey Dahmer's apartment number. So all of our music was true crime, and it was a mixture of true crime and just like real life things that
He's downplaying that again. Their live show was absolutely insane. There was a point in time they would stop at the butcher shop before the shows and get all of the like offals and innards and heads and stuff like that. And
allegedly.
The shock portion for them, it wasn't like stage blood or anything like that. They'd come with the real stuff. Some bands threw out, like beach balls and stuff for the crowd to bounce around, and they threw out decapitated pigs' heads. So
yes.
I went automatically to Ed Guinan thinking nipple belts, but go ahead. Okay.
Those took too long to make.
Plug Ugly's Wrecking Crew.
That's a social club me and my best friend started almost 14 years ago, and it's just like a bunch of different creatives and musicians. We have chapters all over, mainly the South, and we just pull together and do some cool shit, concerts, community outreach, that kind of stuff.
I won't go through the entire list now, but I did want to bring that to people's attention because Facebook people are not famous for following links.
Oh yeah.
So I just wanted to throw that out there. It's worth their time and research, people. The con is worth going to if you're within, I'm going to say, I would put it 6 hours. If you're within 6 hours of Bowling Green, that's how much I like your con. Because I just got off of Lexington Comic Con. I really don't want to go anywhere next weekend, but I'm going to Bowling Green because I enjoy it. Now I don't enjoy driving home at night, so I am spending the night, but that's just my old age talking. So we got in, your takeaway. What, I'm trying to think, what is your favorite part of your convention? Take everything else out of the mix. No love stories, Chelsea.
Honestly, just the connections we've made over the years, like being able to meet some of these people and develop friendships and know them besides just having them at your convention. When we've had several people, like when we went to LA last time, we went out to eat with Robert Mukes. Deep Roy went to his favorite little sandwich shop. So just being able to, it's really cool to be on Facebook, post something, even if it's a picture of me and the kids, and have Deep Roy comment up under it, So I think for me, it's just the connections, it's even down to the customers and people that came through the doors and we end up becoming friends with. It's being able to get a lot of people that I feel with similar interests like us in the same room. Just a good way to network and meet friends. And
I love the people watching. I love the costumes, the creativity, and the expression. Like everybody comes out, and it's kind of like the conventions that do the costume contest. It's almost, for me, like Halloween isn't just one day a year. Like you can still dress up and go do stuff and have fun throughout the year. But I mostly sit at the ticket booth and take the tickets, and I get to watch, and I get to see the families come in. I get to see these little kids come in and just light up when they see everybody and on all the stuff. I love the parents will walk by and see something Motu or Ninja Turtles, something that's, brings back those memories, the nostalgia of it, and it's generational, and they get to share that with their kids, and that's my favorite part. And getting to do it with my husband.
She has to throw that in there every time. Saturday, 29th of March. Everybody, Vette CityCon, Bowling Green, Kentucky. Now this is for me just because I'm too lazy to look it up. What's the hours on Saturday?
So VIP will start letting everybody in at 11 a.m. Everybody else will follow in at noon, and it goes from noon to 6. And then by the time, and then break down and we'll be out of there. So get there early, and we've got several things planned for the stage, different panels. We even have a magician this year, so who knows what he's going to do. So I'm excited.
Okay, and like I said, Joanna, the lovely Joanna, and myself will be there to promote Scarefest and to enjoy the convention and maybe do a little shopping, One last thing, go ahead, flip over to that. I do want to remind everybody, Fear the Talking Heads, a horror podcast where Barb, my co-host Barb, goes, takes deep dives into various horror movies, and I cannot find the YouTube link, so I'm going to tell you, look her up on Facebook. Look her up on Facebook, and she's got it showing there. Barb BZ. I never have asked her what BZ. But anyway, you can find her on Facebook, Barb BZ, or just find one of my episodes that she's co-hosted, and you can click the tag. But anyway, find her on Facebook, and then ask her what the YouTube link is. Because I couldn't find it. So everybody,
Barb's.
Let's go ahead, get that loaded and ready. And everybody, this has been Scarefest TV. I hope to see you next Saturday. We're still planning next Friday's show, so I got that to look forward to. But next Saturday at Vette CityCon, once again, it's a great little convention and some great guests and some great vendors. And the cosplay is unusually off the hook for the size con it is. And I'm going to try to actually watch the costume contest this year. Are you all doing that on stage or out in the lobby?
We usually do like prejudge, I think, in the lobby just for space. But it'll happen on the stage.
Okay.
For sure.
Okay. Cool. Everybody, this has been. Oh, well, we got a question. Oh, Barb in the chat room just posted the link. I wish I had it pulled up where I could. There, I'm gonna click that and see if it opens. That way I can actually tell you how to search for it if you're not in the same chat room as Barb. But no, it's not gonna let me. See what I'll do? Copy. Paste. I want to tell you how to search for it. Fear the Talking Heads. There's a name. Why would not that pull up in a search? Fear the Talking Heads podcast is on YouTube. I have no idea why the search would not return it. Inside baseball stuff. See you next week.